Hi, everybody. I am Toyinda LaShea, and I'm so excited to share with you 4 services that I provide. The first service is the International Champion Influence Coach Certification Program, where we certify professionals so that they can strategically help others and enter the coaching industry with confidently. The second service is the Champion Influence Coaching and Leadership Curriculum. This is a curriculum that allows individuals to grow and expand their leadership skills. The third service that we provide is the Champion Influence Create Champion Conversations public speaking course. It's a 5-week online public speaking course that helps individuals to become confident and engaging public speakers. And the last service that we provide is the Coaching Seat Continuing Education Platform Membership. This is a membership site that allows fresh and new coaches to strengthen their coaching posture and walk in confidence in the coaching industry. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Coaching Seat TV with Toyinda LaShea, where we're all about sitting in our seat of authority so that the kingdom community can be infused with the power to dominate confidence, unleash potential, and leave a legacy. And we do this by extracting limiting beliefs, distractions, and interferences. I am Toyinda LaShea, a prophetess, a best-selling author, business consultant, master coach, public speaker, mentor, and a threat to hell's kingdom. I'm really excited because Coach Sonyetta is back in the studio with us. She hails from Florence, South Carolina, and she was a part of the very first Champion Influence Coaching Certification Program. She's a preacher, a mentor, a motivational speaker, and an advocate. She's the owner of 3 businesses. The first is the Jazzy Boutique. The second one is Cooper's Coaching and Consulting. And the third business is Girls of the PD. Welcome back, Coach Cooper. How are you?
Doing well.
Wonderful.
Ready.
You're ready. Let's
Yes,
get into it. I am so just amazed by what all of the coaches are doing, especially the coaches in the first cohort. And I understand that you're doing a lot of impactful work for girls and women. So tell me a little bit about the work you're doing, and then we'll get into the flow.
Okay. So I try to be sure that everything that God allows me to put my hands in is all intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to my boutique, sales from my boutique go to help women and girls who may need items that regular programs may not pay for.
Okay.
And then also with my Girls of the PD, we have several different curriculum that we use. One is Girl Circle, one is Mother-Daughter Circle, where we work with women and girls to build stronger relationships and also deal with all types of issues that they may deal with as women and girls. So through all of those different avenues, we have workshops, we have virtual events, we have teas, whatever way that we can bring women together. And because of the state of the world right now, we find innovative ways to bring them together.
Yeah. What makes it so important? Because I was listening to you bringing the girls and women together. What makes it so important to increase communication skills between that population in particular?
Well, this is one thing that will never change. Hurting girls turn into hurting women.
Oh, Lord. Look in that camera and say that, please.
Hurting girls turn into hurting women.
Okay.
And so therefore, if we don't deal with the issues that our girls are going through, whether it's gender identity, whether it's bullying, whether it's just self-preservation in the home, when girls are dealing with things that they can't talk about, because in the house, growing up in doesn't matter what part of the world you're from. Some households say what happens in the house stays in the house. So if we're not dealing with these issues, they grow up with them, they take them into relationships and friendships, and then they are not able to operate in their full capacity if they never deal with those issues. So communication is key, whether it's that mom or having a trusted adult. girls as well as boys need someone to talk to.
What type of, just maybe share an example of one of the big issues in terms of communication?
It's, well, first of all, personality.
Okay. This is good.
When it comes down to personalities, so we've got mom who've had her issues, and then we've got this young lady who's going through things, and I can't talk to my mom because, mom thinks she knows everything, and I'm 12 years old, and the world is falling down, Chicken Little, but she doesn't know that she may be able to talk to mom. Mm-hmm. Mom doesn't realize that she should listen a little more than yell. And good. So if those personality traits cause us to not stop and look at that other person and then be empathetic instead of sympathetic.
Okay.
Because if I can have empathy, I can put myself in your shoes, try to feel what you're going through, and then try to help you.
That's good. So my mind is going into this space. If this type of communication doesn't happen, what are some of the outcomes?
Well, if we're not getting positive attention, we will seek and search out for negative attention. A lot of times our young ladies are dealing with relationship issues, and they have questions where we don't have the classes that we used to have when we were in high school. So our girls are questioning, and then we've got the internet that's teaching them all these things that they think are okay. So if we're not teaching our kids, they're going to find the answers from somewhere. If I'm not an advocate, if I'm not that trusted adult, if they can't come to me, they're going to go somewhere else to seek, because there's always going to be questions, and there will always be answers. There will always,
whether the answer is a good answer or a not so good answer, it's going to be answers. So you started to talk about the internet, and we know that everything is out there. Reality TV, individuals changing their body sizes for certain reasons. How do you address positive body image for the young girls, and the women? Come on.
Well,
come on.
If we don't have mirrors in the room, I say, sis, hold up your personal mirror. And how do you see yourself?
That's good.
What do you see when you look in that mirror? And then we deal with what they see. Like, I don't want your fluff answers. I want your real answers. And then for the women, I ask them, when we get down into the reality of what they see, let's write a letter to your 10-year-old self.
Oh, come on through, coach. Come through.
What are some things that if you could write a letter to your 10-year-old self that you would tell her to change how you see yourself today?
Wow.
And so when we have a room, sometimes we have a room of women and girls, and we separate them. And so we tell the girls, write a letter to your 20-year-old self. What do you want to tell her? And this opens up conversations that moms didn't even realize that their daughters wanted to have with them, or mentors, because sometimes it's not just mothers and daughters. Sometimes we have girls in foster care. So just imagine what these young women have already seen before they're placed into a different environment. And we've got to understand, women have got to learn how to love up on each other.
Come on.
Because I could say, sis, you are gorgeous.
Listen.
And I mean it. Sis, I love you.
Right.
And I mean it. But I can't say that if I don't love myself.
Oh, you talking, coach. So what causes us not to love ourselves? And I'm asking it because I was in a place growing up. I was the darkest child in my home, and I was teased, and, I don't know that I loved myself. As a matter of fact, I did not, right? But I could put on a good show.
Oh, yes.
All the way into college.
Oh, yes.
Even being a national track and field champion, all of that fun stuff, I still didn't really love myself. So what causes that?
When I deal with the little girl inside of the woman, I talk about who didn't hug you enough.
Ooh.
Who didn't tell you?
Come on
that
through,
you were
coach.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Who didn't tell you that you were more than enough?
Come on.
Who did not tell you that you can achieve anything that you want to achieve? And when we address those things, you know what I do? I say, I apologize.
Yes.
Because we may never get the apology from the person that we want.
That's good.
But if we accept that it's okay, so we don't love each other enough, we don't love ourselves enough because we were never taught it. It depends on the environment, because some people come up in happy homes and it looks happy. But internally, there are some things that are missing. So even if you grow up and you were told those things, and we come into relationships that tear and break down the foundation that we achieve, it doesn't mean that you can't get back. You just got to find yourself and redefine yourself.
I love it. And I know that you work with young men and boys, and specifically in the realm of like engagement. Let's just move into that. What makes it important for young men and boys to be engaged?
Well, let's talk biblically.
Okay, go with it. Come on.
Because God ordained the man to lead. And I can motivate girls till the cows come home.
Will you preach, preacher?
But if they have no one to link up to when they get to where they're going, what kind of disservice have we done to the young men?
Right.
And if we could get enough men to stand up and take their rightful place in the kingdom, I won't have to teach the boys. Because I was a single mother of a son. And I always told my son, I can teach you respect. I can teach you how to clean up. He didn't listen. I can teach you how to cook. He didn't listen. I can teach you good respect, but I can't teach you how to be a man, because I'm not a man.
That's good.
And I'll never take anything away from your father, regardless of what our relationship was, because you have to grow up and become a man and learn those things for yourself. And it turned my son to go to the streets. So we have to grab our boys before something else grabs. The world is waiting. The enemy is waiting. He has an agenda, and it is to fill hell.
Come on.
And I tell you what better way than to take away what God ordained as leadership. So we've got to cover our young men. We've got to teach our young men. And if there are any men out there that are up for the job, I just ask you to get on your job.
Ooh, so if you're up for the job, just get on it.
Yes.
I love it. And my mind is telling me that the men that don't step up, who are not on their job, maybe they have not come into a place of healing, a place of deliverance, a place of self-awareness, self-acceptance.
Yes. And that is true. That's why I was excited to have the male in our first cohort. And he brought just a zeal and a vigor of just being who he was then and taking off. So when we link men up with like-minded men, if I can come in and teach the young men the same thing that I teach young women, who didn't love you enough?
That's right.
Who didn't hug you enough? Because it's okay to hug your boys.
Yes, it is.
Who told you that it was not okay to cry? And we've got to deal with it, because men issues are a little different.
Yes.
Because that pride thing, those things, and it's the same thing. The love of a father and the love of a mother or a trusted adult are very, very important in the life of a young person.
Wow. I cannot wait until we finish this discussion when you come back next week. Listen, you have been watching the Coaching Seat TV with Toyinda LaShea. If you have been blessed, if you've learned anything from what we've shared today, I really want you to partner with us. You can go to my Cash App and partner at $Toyinda Smith. And I want you to follow me on all social media platforms at The Coaching Seat. We will see you next week.